morning. Good morning, and welcome to Speaking Life with Dr. Sabrina. I am your host, Dr. Sabrina, the people expert. And people ask me all the time, what is a people expert? Well, I help people with people, even if that person is themselves. And so, because, so many times we think it's somebody else that needs help, and it's really us standing in the need of some help. And so I do that in a myriad of ways. I am a clinical therapist by trade. I am a coach. I am a speaker. I am a motivator. I am an author. I am a TV radio personality. I am an actress. I've been in 8 movies, and I have a sketch comedy series that I'm a part of that's comedy. So I guess I'm a comedian now. Oh my God. All the things that are all Dr. Sabrina. But I am the host of Speaking Life. And Speaking Life really is just for us to come together and just have dialogue and discussion about things that will help make us better as we are living this life. Do you know that life and death lies in your tongue? So that's why we're speaking life. We're not speaking detriment. We're not speaking negativity. We're not hating and everything is light, life, and love over here. And so I have amazing guests because I know amazing people. And so I am so fortunate and blessed today to have with me. I need to come up with my own name for her, because this firecracker of energy, this just explosion of excitement that she embodies. But then when she's doing all of that, she's doing it to help you eat healthy. And it is none other than Q. Y'all see her on Fox 2 with Meatless Mondays with Q. And she has an amazing restaurant there on Woodward, right off Grand Boulevard, which I have been at and enjoyed my good meal. But she wasn't there. I couldn't believe she wasn't there when I told her I was coming. I didn't know what was that about. But anyway, but she is with me today. Hey, Q.
How you doing?
Oh, my goodness. I'm so excited because I think we're just going to have an amazing time.
I was ready.
So I just want to start. How did you even start with this Q's Kitchen, cooking with Q? Where does this come from?
So listen, it is, when I tell people all the time, like, something happens to piss you off and then it makes you do something.
Yes.
So for me, I found that I had this disease called sarcoidosis.
Okay, sarcoidosis.
And sarcoidosis is supposed to be common in like African American women. But none of us knew about it. I didn't, because I had never heard of it. And then once, I graduated from Google University. So once you start looking stuff up, you start seeing like, oh, Bernie Mac had sarcoidosis. Yes. And he died from it.
He died from it. Mm-hmm.
So when I found out I had sarcoidosis, they told me that they wanted me to take steroids like 3 times a day. And I was like,
because that's going to blow you up. That's going to blow you up.
You are set tripping. There's no way I'm taking steroids, because in reality, y'all don't want athletes to take steroids. So if you don't want athletes to take steroids, why do you want me to take it?
Right.
So I wanted to do what they said, but I also wanted to see if there was a holistic way to do it. There had to be a way, because, I love all the doctors. I got no offense to doctors. But sometimes I want people to tell me a way that doesn't make me take a bunch of medicine that y'all paid to tell me to take.
Well, I think the basic thing is that, and I say this to people all the time, is that it's the difference between going to be treated or going someplace to get healed. Mm-hmm. And so I think you were seeking healing.
I was trying to get healing.
Come on.
And they were ready to treat me. So I was like, you know what? You're going to pay for the produce or you're going to pay for the prescription. So let's just figure out what we're going to do. And in my research, because I'm a research everything pointed towards plant-based.
Okay.
And that was wild to me, because my family's from South Carolina, y'all. They eat everything from the rooter to the tutor. Okay?
Mine do too.
So for me to be like, okay, I'm going to try this new plant-based lifestyle. I'm going to try this vegan thing. Your family, they'll be the first people to be like, nah, you doing this by yourself. So
I'm not going to do this with you.
No.
Because I like ham.
And they were like, and don't bring them vegetables to Thanksgiving. I'm like, what I'm supposed to eat? You know what I'm saying? So I did it. I was like, you know what? I'm going to try this vegan thing for like a week. I really started like, I'm going to try for a week because for me, I don't like to over-promise myself something I know I'm not about to do.
And then undeliver.
Honey, because I'm like, tell me I'm going on a diet. I don't even like sweets. I'm eating a whole cake just because you said don't.
Oh, you are me.
Do not eat a cake.
I'm
eating a whole cake.
I'm going to have my sweets.
Good night, Gracie. I did it for 30 days. And what was crazy, I had a cough. It sounded like I smoked like 8,000 packs of cigarettes a day. It was ridiculous. And then I had rashes. They were like all over my hands. I had them on my skin, my legs. And it would almost feel like I could scratch a brick up against them and it would make it feel better. That's how bad it itched.
Wow.
I went vegan for 30 days. After 30 days, the cough started going away.
Wow.
Then 60 days, the cough was gone. And the rashes started disappearing. And you know, in the black community, you got rashes. It's eczema.
Yeah,
Put
everything.
some cream on it.
Put some cream on it.
I got some cream for you to put on it. But it wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So that freaked me out because I was like, dang, it's been 60 days. And I'm reversing stuff that I've been dealing with for years and
forever. And you just thought it was a part of life because that's what happens is that we think that we've been in this situation so long that we've accepted it and we've just made that a part of our narrative when it doesn't have to be.
No. Again, you take what happens, you either be mad and sad and piss a fit about it or you figure out how I can fix it and don't make it a problem. So I didn't want to give it any energy, but after I started feeling better, I was like, I should probably tell people. And it was when Facebook first came out. So people were like, oh my goodness, you're not in the hospital that much anymore? Oh my goodness, what is this food you're making? Because you know I'm always on social media. Your girl loves social media. They're like, what are these recipes? Yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna create a website. And that was like a really wild thing to create a website because I was like, oh God, once I do this, people are going to know things and they're going to, the goal was to make them stop asking me questions when I create the website. And that is the lie. They're going to ask you 10 million more questions.
They're going to ask you even more. I mean, people are inquisitive by nature. They're inquisitive by nature.
It was crazy. So I created Cooking with Q, and the craziest part is when you go vegan, you want to find other people who are vegan, but back then vegan wasn't popular. So you were either like vegan or not. It was like pick a side. You couldn't be like, I'm a half vegan, and then my family are meat eaters. So I Googled where's the place where vegans and meat eaters can coexist? There was no place.
There was no place.
So I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to put myself right there.
That creates, let me tell you something. There's a book. There's a book called The Medici Effect. Oh. You're a researcher. We're the same person, just in different bodies. Plus, I still eat meat.
Judge, please.
I'm just saying. But it's so interesting. I know that my body is starting to reject meat. And so I am becoming more and more, plant-based and eating things, just trying things to see if I like them because I'll go someplace if when I get there, I like it.
Yeah.
But if I don't like it when I get there, then I don't want to go down that street no more. That's just why I have one child. Because Labor Lane was not my lane.
It was not your ministry.
It was not my ministry.
That wasn't your ministry.
And so, this wonderful book called The Medici Effect talks about when you find two things that look like they don't have anything to do with each other, and you find the intersection, that intersection is what creates true innovation. And so that's what you did.
In the name of Jesus. Okay,
that's what you did.
There was no place. And I was like, oh, cool. Cooking with Q is a place where vegans and meat eaters coexist.
Ooh, I love it. And it's the cutest place. It is really cute. I like, aesthetically it's cute.
The kitchen is like, so when I created Cooking with Q, I never knew that there was going to be a kitchen.
Okay.
I'm super basic. So like the names I come up with, y'all, I'm not putting 10,000 years worth of thought into it. It's going to be like, what's basic? So you got Cooking with Q because I'm Q and y'all cooking with me. And if I tell you Kiana, you can't spell it. Bye. We're not going to do that. Right?
We're not doing that.
We're not doing that. So the kitchen came along because when I created the website, people started asking me to come and do cooking demos. Mm-hmm. Corporations will ask me to come do cooking demos, teach our team members how to eat healthy. Cool. That was my mission anyway, to teach people how to
eat healthy,
right?
Okay.
So I would go and do these things. And I did mortgages at the time. I worked for Matt Ishby at UWM. And listen, I was at work. I took a lunch. My lunch might have been a little bit longer. I used my vacation time for extended lunches to go teach classes. And then what I didn't know was that me doing these classes, those companies got discounts on their health insurance for their team members. So then when you teach some billionaires how to save some money, they tell everybody.
Love you.
They were telling everybody. So I was doing cooking demos on lunch. I was doing cooking demos after work. I mean, like, go to work, go grab my kids. We're going to do another cooking demo. And that's where all my vacation time went. It didn't go to vacation, which is probably why vacation's so hard now.
Yeah, you got to. Self-care is a requirement.
Like,
it is.
Once that did that, it is. People will ask, like, so can we come to your space? And I was like, what space? We at the space.
This is the space.
Your space. This is my space.
Your space is my space.
And I ended up creating the kitchen, and it was so crazy because, you know, you in mortgages, you're not afraid to ask people for stuff. I emailed Sue Mosley. That's like, we call her the mayor of Midtown. I probably emailed her every day for 6 months.
Wow.
Hey, you got any spaces in Detroit? You need, because I was like, put me in Detroit. My mom, you know what I mean? My family, we from Detroit. I'm born off Dexter. Put me in Detroit. You got any spaces? You got any spaces? And people would be like, why do you want to be down in Detroit? It's going to be expensive. It's not for you, yada, yada, yada. But, you know, I don't receive what everybody says.
So let me put a pin in it right there. And that is so important, because too often when you get a vision, and God help me with this, when I give you a vision, I give it to you, and it's not on a conference call.
It's not everybody else.
He didn't open it up for the world to see. He gave it to you to walk out. And so it's always going to be opposition.
Always.
It's always going to be people to tell you, you not enough. Why would you want, if I were you? Stop with that, if I were you, because it ain't you.
Honey.
Ooh.
Stay in your lane. Stop swerving.
Stay in your lane.
Oh,
my God. My favorite nursery rhyme is roll, row, row. Your own boat.
Your boat.
Stop getting out and coming over to my boat.
It's not your business.
Oh, and so when people tell you that they have a dream, or they have, you know, that you're looking for a building, and when the people around you are saying, I wouldn't do that, and why would you want to be there, and that's going to be too much. I don't need no negative Nancy's.
No. Speak life. If you don't speak life, don't speak.
No negative Nates.
No.
And if you're negative, then I'm going to stop talking to you.
Yeah, no pessimistic patties. None of that.
None
we
of
don't
that.
play.
None of that. We need life speakers. And so that's why I love the name of the show, because we're speaking life.
In real life.
Over here.
And we'll continue to do so.
Yes, we will. And that's why you see us, you know, I always say, this is, you know, my thing I say every day. When I say I ask God or the Holy Spirit to blow his super on my natural.
Please.
That's the only thing that makes supernatural. So I walk in supernatural expectation.
In the name, every second of every day.
I expect, this is what I tell God, I want it don't make no sense kind of blessing.
And I'm down for it.
It don't make sense that it should happen to me, but it does. Oh my goodness, it does. And the same thing, I just see that in you. I see that every time you take a step, he take 10.
And I'll be down for it. Like, let's roll. Where we go next?
Yeah. So what is your goals? Do you have any, like if you had to say what your biggest goal is, because once you achieve a goal, that you don't stay there. It's always something else. So
I tell people all the time, if you don't want to keep learning, you're dead. And if you're dead, there's nothing that God can work with. So my brain is always trying to do, come on, okay, because that's a real thing. Because if you feel like you too good and you know enough and you can't learn anymore, like, what is your purpose here? So for me, I always want to walk in my purpose. I know my purpose. God has me showing people how to eat to live for a reason. That's my thing. And I never go chasing money. I keep chasing that purpose, because if I keep chasing the purpose, everything else will follow.
Don't it fall in place?
With no questions asked. So for me, I know, like, when I created the first kitchen, I know that was my test run. I know it was never supposed to be a restaurant. So the fact that it ended up as a restaurant, like 7 days before we opened, psycho. I quit my job May 3rd. I opened June 3rd. I did all my construction work during working. But then 7 days before we opened, we created a menu and opened the doors, because 100 people were knocking on the door. Because God will tell you exactly what you're supposed to do now. Whether you want to listen to it, it's on you. People knocking on the door. What you got? We know you got good food. Come on.
Come on.
You got to serve it.
So
I created a menu. Fine. Now we're 3 years later. I'm opening up a second spot on 7 Mile in Livernois. It's coming.
Did you say 7 Mile in Livernois?
7 Mile.
Can I say that that's my area?
7 Mile in Livernois.
7 Mile in Livernois. It's going to be on 7?
It's on 7 Mile. It's literally at that corner of that new
building. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The B. Siegel's building.
In the name of Jesus.
What's so crazy, my girlfriend is a broker, and when they first built the building, we kept saying, "Well, where's the information? How we find out how to get in the building? We're trying to find out what's going to go in the building, how we get in the building, because we're so close to there." And when I tell you, I'm over in the University District.
Oh, you're around the corner.
Every single day I'm over there, so I'm up and down. I know everything on Livernois.
That's my goal.
I know everything.
So with me, I feel
love it.
When I first went to Detroit, it's so crazy. Somebody told me that it would be easier for you to open up a dialysis center than it would be for you to open up a healthy place for people to eat, because your culture does not want to eat healthy. So I love a good no. But
please give me a challenge.
I love a good no. I love a good no. I love you telling me what you think you can do, but I'm a daughter of a king, so everything I think of can go down. Everything I can imagine is going to go. The things that I don't even imagine, it's everything I can have in heaven, I can have on earth. You
know what the word says?
It says
this is one of my favorite things. It says that he will do exceedingly.
And abundantly.
Abundantly.
Come on.
Above.
Won't he do it?
All that you can ask or think. So that means if you thought it,
honey,
you ain't thought big enough. If you've asked it,
ma'am,
you have not asked big enough.
Come on.
My thing is, if that's the case, why not just think big?
Honey, because
why not just ask
your
big?
thought is still little. He
come
says,
on.
my thoughts are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are not my ass.
Come on.
The heavens are from the earth. That's what. I'm not going to preach, but all I'm saying is, I love a good no. I love when people tell me no. So I said, you know what? That's what we're going to do. Healthy food in every hood. So everywhere you think we're not.
Healthy food in every hood.
Every place you think we're not going to eat healthy, I'm going to show you that we do.
So so I love that. So you're going to have the brick and mortars. Are you planning to expand outside of the brick and mortars?
Every place that you do not expect people to eat healthy, there will be
a healthy option.
There will be the kitchen. And that's why I called it the kitchen. The kitchen in Midtown that you went to, we do cooking classes there. The 7 Mile Livernois store is literally like a 10 o'clock to 9 p.m. restaurant. There will always be one flagship store in every state where you'll do cooking classes, because I think the education, it'll never go away from me, ever, right? But having these spaces is just like you see a Popeyes on every corner. I want it to be the kitchen.
I love it. I love the franchising. And so...
I'll never franchise it.
Okay.
It'll be because I like it to feel like mom and pop. People love it. Think when you come in there, it makes you feel like you're at home. It's real warm. It's like we cooking at Thanksgiving dinner and we just all in one place. So I want that to always feel like.
Okay, so do you think that? Okay, now this is just me.
Turn up.
I'm just saying.
Let's get it.
Do you think that it's possible to take that mindset of the mom and pop and make it that's just what it is and franchise it? Because the thing about franchising is to take a model and you have to keep the model germane to the model.
So the only thoughts are, it's the same thing as like Ralph Lauren Polo. He started with one store. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now he has hundreds of stores. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's still his store.
Okay.
That's what I want you to think of.
Okay. Okay.
When you give it to somebody else, they still have the opportunity to make it feel how they want it to feel. Mm-hmm. It's going to feel like how God said it's supposed to feel.
It's interesting. And the only reason I even asked that is because when the franchise that I think of
Chick-fil-A.
That is Chick-fil-A.
I literally compare. I always say like
and
the
you know
Chick-fil-A
why?
healthy food.
Because the customer service at Chick-fil-A is
ridiculous.
Like, and so what my son is getting ready to open up Chick-fil-A. And so one of the things that I've noticed about his language since he's gone through their leadership training.
And that's what I was going to tell you. Their leadership training is something that my brain is like, I want to learn that. Their leadership training and Disney's leadership training.
Yeah.
They have really, they're spectacular.
They're spectacular. So one of the things that they say all the time is, it's my pleasure. They say that all the time. So literally now, my son dropped me off this morning to get my makeup done.
He said, it's my pleasure.
And when I got out the car, I said, thank you, baby. It's my pleasure. Never
Did you want to cry?
What?
Come here, look.
Who's...
I did this. Look at God.
It's my pleasure.
Come on. It's
now,
my
he
pleasure.
would always say, yeah, you're welcome, Ma. You know that, but it's my pleasure. Do you feel the difference in saying it's my pleasure, then you're welcome?
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. And so the mindset that goes into customer service is a big deal. And so I will say that when I came to your place, and she was not there, did I say that before? Anyway, because I told her I was coming. That's what I told her I was coming. But she was busy, that's how, your friends are, they busy. So when I got there, the customer service was stellar. It was stellar.
I'm so big on making sure everybody
They were
feels
so
like...
kind to me, and they were like, okay, so now what do you want? What do you want to try? And it was cool.
It has to make you feel like you had an experience.
I did.
You don't go back to places that didn't make you feel like you had experience.
Unless it was really good.
Or unless you're being quick. So that's the thing. It either gives you the entire experience or it's just something that you're used to. No judgment to fast food restaurants, right?
Or it's just really good. Like I'm a person that I like things that's a party in my mouth. Mm-hmm. So if it's a party in my mouth,
I'm up in there.
I'm gonna come back, and because it's a party. Because it's a party in my mouth. I like a party in my mouth.
I love memorable moments.
I do too.
But sometimes I know we live in an instant gratification time.
Yes, we do.
So a lot of times fast food places get played because they're fast food. I can get 5 things for $5.
5 for $5. I got 5.
So they go because they go. I love you for that one. That one hit my soul. That let me know my age, and I respected it. I don't want to go there for 5 for $5 because what is my experience? It's the same as everybody else. It feels
but I think it's a mindset too. And what I love about what you're doing is that you are in the teaching piece. And so one of the things that I say is the number one reason why people fail is that they lack coachability.
Yeah.
Because how do you get better if can't nobody tell you nothing?
Can't nobody tell you nothing. How do you get better?
How do you get better? And so too often we get feedback and we don't like it. We don't like the person giving it, all of that. And that is not the end all be all of feedback because we have to learn as adults how to change our perspective from what someone said and how they said it. The person may not know how to say it, but what they said was still valid.
Because we all have our own thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's a thought, it's an opinion, but if you can't learn, it's like useless. Because I try to keep as many smart people around me as possible. I tell you guys, I graduated from Google University. I never went to culinary school. Before I even started the restaurant, people were like, "You can't start a restaurant."
Okay, hold on. I need to put a pin in that right there.
Pin it.
I need to put a pin right there because I want you to hear, audience, that this amazing entrepreneur guru never went to culinary school.
No.
But she has a restaurant.
A whole one.
And a teaching kitchen.
In the name of Jesus.
And she's getting ready to open up a full-fledged restaurant that she's going to have 2 locations. And we're just, it's going to be massive how many that she's going to have around the country and around the world. I'm just saying. Around the world. I just see around the world.
From your mouth to God's ears.
I don't know why this is coming to the spirit, but I like Israel.
I do.
I like Israel as a place for a Q's kitchen. I'm going to Israel.
Take pictures.
July. I want you to come.
In July?
July.
Don't tease me with a good time, child, because your girl got Sky Miles. Okay.
July 18th through the 27th, and it's taking the tour of the women in the Bible. And I'm one of the speakers. And so... I'm trying to get a group of between 10 and 20 women to go with me.
Put me down.
There we go. That's what you do. Connie coming. Connie just said she coming. Get your babysitter. I thought about you last night. I said, get your babysitter, Connie. Tell your husband.
My kid's grown. They run the spot.
Girl, boy, you gonna come? We coming.
In the name of Jesus.
Come on. We got to put it out there because sometimes things look bigger. And we look at where we are, and we don't say, God, this is what I want, because God says he'll give you the desires of your heart.
All of them.
He said he'll give them to you. So we are putting it out there. We're going to, because we have a whole year to be pay our little money, but we're going to Israel. We're going to get baptized again.
Come on.
Hallelujah.
Won't he do it?
Yes, it will.
Won't he do it?
So let me ask this question. Is there, in your estimation, because you talked about the connection between food and your physical health, is there a connection between food and your emotional
Absolutely.
and mental health? Talk about it.
What I like to make sure people understand is like what you put in is what you get out. If you put crap into your body, you're going to get crap out.
Like Cheetos.
What?
Cheetos.
It's like we do meal prep for people, right? So we do meal prep for people, and I tell people when you get your meal prep, instead of eating in the container that it came in, I want you to take a plate. I used to go to work. I would go to work and have a plate with me. So when I ate, I can eat off of a plate and a fork and a knife. It makes you feel different. So if I go to work and I'm only eating a sandwich out of a Ziploc bag and I'm only sitting at my desk, I don't get to have we forget to live in the actual moments of life and be okay with living in the moment.
It's a part of mindfulness.
It is.
And it's a part of intentionality.
It's you do it with a purpose. I think we forget to care about ourselves. We are so, it's so funny because I think you were like, I don't like such and such, I might not like something, but like some of the stuff that we don't like, we still do it. People that work regular jobs, they will go to their regular job, not like their boss. Does that make them not go to work?
Ooh.
You still go to work. So just because
you don't like it, don't mean, especially if it's a benefit for you. Like, I know people that say they don't like water.
Don't matter what you don't like.
You absolutely need water.
Literally. Our bodies are created to eat the rainbow. So everything that we eat because we should eat it, not because whether I like. I can remember being little and hearing, saying my stomach hurt. My great grandma would go outside, grab something from the backyard, come in the house, boil it, and say, drink this. She didn't say, are you going to like it? She didn't say, you going to like the flavor. She just said, all I remember is my stomach stopped hurting. Do you understand? So the reality is, sometimes we don't. Everything we do, the heart is a two-edged sword. It's a treacherous place. It's going to make you do some stuff that is stupid. You just have to know that some stuff you do because it's going to make you better. Your mental, and I think like winter's coming. I feel like when we don't get a lot of sun, you get people that fall into like depression.
Yep.
So you have to make your sun shine.
Ooh. That's good. I just talked about that on Mental Health Monday.
You have to make your
about
sunshine.
Preparing for the dark days, darker days. And so our routines have to change because what you do when the sun pops up in the morning is different. And so like you talk about creating your sunshine.
You have to create your own sunshine. And you can't let people drag you down to miss it. Because I don't like missing opportunities. And I don't like people around me that make me miss opportunities. Because I feel like God strategically places us at a specific place all the time. You are around people, you never know who you're talking to.
Never.
I treat everybody exactly the same.
Me too.
Whether you're the president of the United States or if you are a janitor. I treat every single body the same. I love everybody. I'm a hugger. I'm going to hug. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to make sure, because that's the light that shines through me, and I'm totally down with sharing that. Now, for me, I do it through food, too. But I'm still, when people come to the spot, they come to the kitchen, and it's like, I want to give you some sunshine. I say hi to everybody I walk past, even if they don't speak back. I don't care.
Yes.
Create your sunshine.
Yes, because what's in you is what's in you.
Yeah, everybody going through something.
Everybody. And sometimes you are the light and love that someone else needs.
Honey child.
Okay, so I want to talk about something that I don't like.
What?
Guacamole.
Goodbye. I had a lot of people say they don't like guacamole.
Okay, so let me tell you why I don't like guacamole. I think it's the consistency of it. It's the
texture person.
I am a texture person, and so that mushiness thing, I don't.
So
you know the other thing I don't like?
What?
I don't like marinara sauce. I don't like that like
red sauce.
Yeah, the red sauce. I don't like the red sauce, and I don't like the mushiness of the green guacamole stuff.
So now
avocado. Okay, so is guacamole made out of avocado?
Honey child, yes.
So I didn't know, because I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well,
I just know it's all mushy and green.
But it's not that you don't like it mushy. So instead of having a mushy guacamole, have a chunky guacamole.
I don't even know what that is. I thought all guacamole was mushy.
But my thought, no, it's not. It just depends on who's making it. Because there's some people who want it to be like a spread. I don't want a spread all the time. I like chunky. But again, you don't like guacamole, but you'll still eat an avocado, right? You won't eat an avocado at all? Ever?
Ever. Because the avocado to me is mushy.
I'm going to make you some avocado different and you're going to like it.
Look at it. Just says, you know, they say you got to speak things into.
Oh, I already did. I'm very good at speaking life, honey.
Speaking life.
I'm good at speaking life.
She's speaking life with Dr. Sabrina. So I don't. Okay.
Remember what I told you. If you went to work for somebody and you didn't like them, you're going to stop working. You're going to not make your money.
Okay, so let me tell you what I did, because that's the.
Oh, I'm going to take it back to the base. Oh, we're going to go back to the base.
I was working at a place, and I liked the people, but I didn't like having a job. So I quit and started my own. So there are things and parts of having my own company that I don't necessarily like. But like you say, there's nothing that you do, you're going to love every part of it. I love having relationships with people, but some people get on my nerves sometimes.
In the name of Jesus.
Get on my nerves. Like, stop asking me. Stop calling me and just start talking and don't ask me if this is a good time. But people figure if you answer the phone,
that's not real.
Then you're ready to talk. I just answer the phone because I know it's you, but I don't stop answering the phone now because I know that you don't know how to just say. Because even if I say, well, I'm busy right now, well, I was just wondering, no.
Dr. Sabrina, that's just like text messages. They were like, I saw that you read my text. I was like, and? It's my phone. I can read the text.
I can read the text and don't have to respond right there like I was busy.
Honey child, who pays that phone bill?
Thank you.
Be blessed.
Wow. I love, so before you understood that you had sarcoidosis, you were not a vegan.
I ate everything, but I also started, sarcoidosis doesn't just bother your, it bothers everything. I was having issues with my vision. I had the cough, I had rashes. One day I woke up and I couldn't walk. My legs, my feet were super swollen. They didn't know. They thought I had like this, type of arthritis. I was like, dang, the devil was so mad. I must be about to pop off on something. So in my head, I was like, it must be about to go off.
It's about to go down.
It was just all kind of weird stuff. But the craziest part is they end up telling me like, yeah, all this stuff that you see is going on has to do with your sarcoidosis. But once I figured out, because that's what I tell people, like, go to the doctor, find out where you are. Because you can't know where to go if you don't know where you are.
Where you start, right?
Got to start somewhere, figure it out, and then figure out what you need to do to make yourself feel better. So if I know I'm a person, like I have people who are my meal prep who might have, like, they're like, oh, I'm pre-diabetic. Okay, so we know where you are. We know your meal plan needs to look like this to make your A1C3 levels go down. And then when they do, all you did was you made slight changes. The thing about it is just knowing where you are as yourself. Because I think a lot of people, we just go through life, we're so caught up in the monotony of every day. We have no clue where we are. We don't know where we're supposed to go. We're just doing what the daily routine has been for the past 10 years. And now you lost 10 years.
Or like I heard someone earlier today say, in my culture.
What is that?
We have to have bread. You can choose not to have bread.
Honey child.
It's a choice. Yeah, in your culture, that's how that culture may prepare food, and that's what they do with their meals, but you don't have to do that.
That's also why I teach people, like, we live in a world where we do things because somebody taught us. I cook this way because mom and them taught me this, but nobody ever went through and fact-checked what mom and them was teaching us.
Right.
So for me, I do a lot of stuff different, which is, in my brain, is good that I didn't go to culinary school because I don't have to fit in anybody's box. I do stuff different. I did a class the other day, and I was like, we're going to make, some pasta. And they were like, you didn't put salt in the water. And I said, well, who told you had to put salt in the water?
Right.
Because guess what happens if you don't put salt in the water with that pasta? It freaking cooks. It's like...
It still cooks.
It cooks.
Without the salt.
Yeah, but like we're so programmed. So my brain just likes to, I did a Q-tip one day and it was like a Men in Black where I flashed everybody like you need to unlearn everything that you learned because everything that you know now.
I love that. And that's similar to what I do when I'm coaching and counseling people.
You have to erase. They're brainwashed.
Get so stuck in their story, especially people who have traumatized. That trauma has become their mantra.
Yes.
That, this happened to me and but my father didn't, he wasn't there. Okay.
Who cares?
That was then. Because actually, all we have is now.
Yeah, because it's like, but did you die? You still
Yesterday
living.
is then. Tomorrow is when. But what are you doing with your now? And if in your now you're spending all your time thinking about then, back then, which you cannot change. Can't change nothing that happened even 5 minutes ago, much less 50 years ago.
Deal with it. I tell people all the time, like, what makes a lot of difference is people dealing with, you have to deal with your past.
Absolutely.
You have to. I got sick. I had to deal with my past. I ate like crap for a long time. I dealt with it. If you don't deal with your past, you can't move forward.
You cannot.
You have to deal with it.
You have to deal with it. And you have to deal with it in such a way that you acknowledge it, and then you have to get to a place of forgiveness. And sometimes the forgiveness.
That word, man.
That was my focus today. Today was about forgiveness. So I talked about the 3 things that forgiveness isn't.
I live in that. I'm forgiving everybody because most of the time people are walking around with sick ailments, can't digest food because you are harboring everything that anybody ever did to you. You're mad, you're angry, you resenting everything. And I'm living in the land of I'm forgiving every day. You tell me I go to sleep, I repent.
Yes.
If I did something wrong. But I'm going to forgive any and everybody that did something wrong to me. I might not fool with you no more. Because it's okay for me to forgive you and be like, deuces. My deuces. Bye.
Yep.
I don't have to.
Yep, I don't have to.
I can forgive you.
Especially when you know that the person who did what they did hasn't made an effort to change.
Yeah, so
you don't have to return to the situation.
It's not
you ain't got to do that.
It's like hearing people say, I need closure. Why do you need closure?
Why do you need closure? Closure is a self thing.
Open the door, close it again. There you go. That was with a closure.
Open the door and close it again.
Closure.
And the other thing that people do,
weaves,
because a lot of times God will close a door.
On purpose. But we so stuck that we're standing in front of the closed door trying to open it. I need to figure out what's going on over there. And we don't pay attention to the wind on the back of our neck for the whole wall that he's opened up for us. So sometimes you just need to turn around. When I tell you,
just turn around.
I live in forgiveness. I'm always going to forgive, and I'm going to bless the people that screwed me over.
Come on, people don't understand.
Freedom.
People don't understand that the liberty and freedom that allows.
I'm going to bless the people that did me wrong to live in the land of my forgiveness. Like, you be blessed. I'm okay. I'm going to bless you because I'm not going to own it because it makes me feel better.
It does, and I said this today. Forgiveness is for you. It's never for the other person.
It's for you.
Forgiveness is an act of self-love. How about loving you?
Oh, my goodness. Did you say love you?
Yes, I did say love you enough to take care of yourself, to be honest with yourself, to forgive others so that you can unblock blessings. Because unforgiveness is a block for you.
A whole block.
Yeah, when you're not forgiving folk, it may be something that God is trying to work through in you. I love the story. You know, I'm a Bible girl. So.
Me too. That's why I was like, oh, this was meant to be because,
I am a Bible girl. So I love the story of Joseph. And I love the story of Joseph because when I say every place he went, somebody was hating on him. They hated on his brothers, hated him because he had that wonderful coat.
Honey.
And then the daddy gave him favor, and they was like, oh, we don't like him.
Sold him off.
We're going to kill him. First they was trying to kill him.
Child.
But then his other brother said, we can't kill him. Can you imagine your own siblings plotting?
No, I don't even want to. That is psycho.
So they said, okay, well, they threw him in the hole, and they went on off, and they tricked the daddy into believing that he was dead. So then he gets sold into slavery. While he's in slavery,
child,
he gets favor. Because favor was on him.
In the first place.
So I don't care what you do to somebody.
Honey.
If they have favor on them, they're still going to excel.
You can't stop it.
You can't stop it.
There's
so
nothing you can
gets
do.
favor and goes to Potiphar's house. So now he's not working with the slaves. He's working in the big house.
He in the big house.
So he working. He's fit. I could just imagine he's fit.
Honey. He's out here winning.
6-pack, 8-pack. And so then the wife looks over at him and goes, that's eye candy. And so she made a pass at him.
Ain't nobody playing with you.
And he did not accept her advances.
He said, be blessed.
So
He hit her with it.
So then she said, he tried to do something to me. You know how the liar do. So then he has to go to prison. While he's in prison,
Still can't lose.
he's got favor.
Still can't lose.
Then he gets a roommate. The roommates have this reoccurring dream, and he interprets the dream. He didn't even realize, people didn't even realize that he had the
they
gift.
didn't even know he had that gift.
They didn't even know he had that gift. Sometimes God will put you in a situation
Honey.
to expose your gifts that
Honey.
you don't even realize you
Come
have.
on.
But then the people got out of prison. He's still in prison. And they get to the king, and the king keeps having this reoccurring
Somebody
dream.
tell me what this dream means.
And they said, we know somebody who can interpret the dream.
We got a homeboy down in the
prison. Go get him. Wynn got him. He interprets the dream.
Accurately. That's what you need to hear.
Accurately, and then told him what to do to prepare for what was coming. Then he decides that, the king says, well, I'm going to make you a ruler.
Now you're not even in the prison no more. Now you
went
past
from
the big house.
Pit to the penthouse.
Honey.
From the pit
To the penthouse.
to the palace. That's where he went. And so in his position, those same brothers, this is the part of the story.
He could
have made them have famine. He could have made them.
He could have stripped them of nothing.
He could have stripped them. He could have
been payback than the mother.
He could have killed them.
Payback.
He could have did all the get back, but he didn't. He loved them, and he said, give them everything they need, and then give them the money that they brought. Put their money back in their bag.
Bless them.
He blessed them, and they didn't even realize who he was.
They didn't even know.
Because he was grown.
Yeah.
And he
y'all
looked
didn't know.
different.
I was gone.
They didn't even know who he was. When I tell you, that thing is so good.
It's so good.
Give the opportunity to bless those who have been mean to you, it is nothing like God's blessings. Ain't nothing. You can't
Dr. Sabrina, it's nothing like it.
You can't outgive.
You can't outgive God.
You can't outbless God.
God's currency is faith. All we're supposed to do is have faith and believe. That's his currency. Faith. Do you believe what I told you?
Well, this is the thing. I always say, if you want something that God has, you got to do something he said. But in order to do that, you got to know what he said. So that's why you got to go on and get in your word yourself. You can't be.
They don't want to hear that part.
Oh yeah, you got to get into it for yourself. I like to get into it.
This is the world, the age of people that want to just put the item together and they don't want to read the instructions that actually come in the box. Literally.
You don't want to read the instructions, and then when you finish putting it together,
And it
you
fall
got
apart.
You have a whole bag of stuff that
Left over.
Left over. You're not supposed to have a leftover. There's purpose for the pieces.
All I'm trying to say. Girl, that's a whole tweet.
There's purpose
For the pieces.
for the pieces.
He will provide. Okay.
I absolutely love it. Okay, so I got a random question.
What's the random?
What's your favorite cheeses and why?
Favorite cheeses? Vegan cheeses?
What kind of
Because
vegan
y'all know
cheeses?
I'm 100% vegan, so I don't eat nothing with a mama because I don't want.
I don't eat nothing with the mama.
No, I don't want y'all to eat my mama. I'm not eating yours. This is
That's
not
so
going
funny.
Down. So
I don't want you eating my mama.
No, I
So
don't.
I won't eat your mama. Oh, that's
It's
good.
so basic though, right?
Okay, so tell me about, because I'm a cheese eater. So I'm gonna make an appointment and spend some time with you.
They have vegan cheeses.
I know
Everything
they
that
do,
you
but
can get as
I
a
need.
regular.
Okay, so I need you to help me.
Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you, this is my big thing. Remember the commercial where Oprah used to say, "I love bread.
Yes.
I could eat bread every day." That's not my thing. My thing is I love cheese. So when I'm hungry, I think of what thing that has cheese on it can I eat?
Good night, Gracie.
I promise you, that's how I eat because I love cheese. So if I can do vegan cheese, so the one thing that I did start doing, because I love ice cream, and so I stopped eating ice cream for the most part. And so what I get now is the dairy-free
Good
ice
God.
cream. I get the So Delicious.
Oh, I love them.
So Delicious. So this is what I do. So Delicious has a caramel.
Yes,
salt
with the
caramel,
crunch.
With the crunch. And then what I do is add my own pecans to it.
So it's almost like you're having a butter pecan.
It tastes just like butter pecan to me. Y'all, I'm
That
telling
tastes
you.
so good. I'm about to do that.
So
But wait.
I love that. So if I can find things that I like,
That's the goal.
then I will eat them.
Dr. Sabrina, I'm telling you, I tell people all the time, just find the things that you like that are regular. And just find a way to make them a little bit more plant-based. So let me tell you, because I don't want you to think just because a person is vegan that they're going to be healthy. Because, you know, Oreos are vegan, but if I eat Oreos every day, all day, that does not make me healthy.
Could you say that again? Could you say about Oreos being vegan?
They are vegan.
Why are
but
they
if
vegan?
I eat, because
Why are they
there's
vegan?
nothing that has a mama inside of it. There's no dairy inside of it.
I never knew that. So
No.
what's the cream made out of?
Let me tell you, let me make sure you understand. If a person ate Oreo cookies all day, that would not be a healthy vegan. So whether you're a meat eater or a vegan or a pescatarian or whatever you choose to be, the goal, I'm going to tell you the rule that I tell everybody to live by.
Okay.
70-30. 70-30 is 70% fruits and vegetables, 30% everything else. Very basic, because if you give stuff too complicated to people, they don't understand it. Your plate, no matter where you sit down, whether it's at your house or the restaurant, it should be 70% fruits and vegetables, 30% everything else. So even though you like, I don't eat dairy, I'm going to have this ice cream. Now, ice cream to me, if that was having that for dinner, that's a part of my 30%.
Okay.
If you maintain what you're supposed to be eating, it won't be such a big problem. If you're a meat eater and you like steak, I tell people, like, look at your palm because your palm is your portion. That's 4 ounces of something, of whatever you get, that's it. But what we are used to are the opposite. We're used to eating 70% of everything and 30% vegetables.
Right.
But you have to flip it.
70% vegetables.
70% fruits and vegetables, 30% everything else. If you find a way to do that every day, it will make your life easier. You'll probably, I tell people all the time, like, you'll probably like shed a little bit of weight, and it makes you a little bit, you're healthier.
And I'm going to say this because, you know, my whole piece is the mental health, is that when we begin to do that, you feel better. And when you feel better, your emotions are better.
When I say you feel better, you feel lighter. You have more energy. Your body starts digesting things more properly. Things go through you faster. Because I think we're just so used to eating a bunch of crap. And we have to change the way, because how can you live a happy, healthy, longer life if you don't put in things into your body? You only get one. We get this one body.
Yeah, we get one body.
We get one.
And that's, okay.
And you need it to last. Think about, in the Bible days, these people were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds
Yep,
and hundreds
they
and
were
hundreds of years
older.
old.
They were old. But they didn't look old. They was busy doing stuff. They was climbing
Still
mountains
working?
and working.
Still working?
And
because the word retire is not in the Bible.
Wait a minute, and had concubines, so that means they were still getting it in.
Child.
Can I say it?
No, that was real life.
That's real life. Because I still want to be getting it in. I'm just saying.
When I'm 200, let me be getting
I just want to be getting it in. Getting it in is a blessing from the Lord. I'm just saying.
with your spouse.
With your own spouse. Because some people be looking at folks and be saying stuff like, well, that's my husband. No, Denzel got a wife.
Bye.
He not your husband. So stop saying
Good night,
that.
Gracie. Good night, Gracie.
Stop doing that. People do that. So how many children do you have?
3.
Oh, you went down labor lane 3 times.
22, 20, and the baby's about to be 15.
And what's the 15-year-old goes to what school?
I'm not telling you that.
Oh, okay.
Actually, you go to Southfield.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other 2 are just, they're at the kitchen.
Are they working?
Yeah, they work. Caitlin is a psycho artist. She was going to University of Windsor over the border.
Okay.
But then when COVID hit, they put
couldn't
everybody
go.
out.
Okay.
So she's been here and she's been working, but now she has this psycho free hand. Like, when I say her art is like, I would put it in a frame.
Oh.
She's so good. So we were trying to see if she decides to go to CCS.
Okay.
She would be spectacular. Like, they've seen her working, like, bring her.
Bring her.
It's
That's
psycho.
awesome.
It is.
That's awesome.
My son, he likes chefing. So we'll see how he does with this.
And the youngest?
The baby, he loves music. I feel like he loves basketball, but he really loves music and he wants to, like, produce music.
Does he play basketball?
He's not really a fan. He's a fan, but not really. His dad loves basketball.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And I'm the mom that's like, don't put your dreams on your kids.
Please don't. Don't do
Because let
that.
them have their own.
I always say,
You know what I'm
find
saying?
out what their
they like.
passion is and then use it to your advantage.
Yeah. I tried to go to college so many times, and I was like, that was not my ministry.
That was not. It was
wasted
mine. My
so-
mother said that she had, because she had 3 kids, She said she had 2 that she couldn't keep in school and 1 that she couldn't keep out of school.
No, literally. My sister loves school. She's the nurse with every letter behind it.
Yeah, I love school.
And she loves school.
Like, I'm looking at a program now, and
Girl,
I was like,
good night.
I am. I love it.
Honey child.
I love school. I love information. So when I read, like sometimes, stuff will just pop up on your feed, and then I'll go and look at it, and I go, ooh, I could do that. And then and people be looking at me like, Sabrina, really? You gonna take another class? You gonna get another?
And see, that's the part. Like, I love to take classes. Like, I'm in a cohort right now where it's about building Black businesses.
Which one?
So, B3 Elevation.
Oh, with Diane
Honey
Palmer.
child, I'm obsessed with her.
I'm y'all closing speaker.
In the name of Jesus. First off, what you got to know,
I'm the closer.
Period.
I'm the closer.
I love the program because I love learning, but my brain with school, I was like, you got me in this class. I'm about to learn about stuff that I'm never going to use.
Right.
And it's not to be mean, but I was like,
I'm not going to use this. So I don't want to know it.
So why?
But I love the cohort.
The cohort is from Jesus, literally. Mm-hmm. I love people that help you, people that are down, because a lot of times you get small business owners, we want to talk to each other, but initially it was not cool for us to talk. I feel like, especially around here, I feel like people are like, if I tell you too much, you're going to get on before me, and then I'm not going to get on.
That's not a around here thing.
That's
that
everywhere?
That's a people thing.
I think that sucks.
It's a people thing, and that has to do with people's own insecurities. And we're taught to be independent and not interdependent. If we learn that God created us to be interdependent, I don't have to be intimidated by your gift. Your gift is for you to do.
Honey.
And even if you're doing the same thing that I'm doing, do you know how many people on the planet need a speaker?
It is enough
when I'm speaking.
It's enough room.
And it's other vegan, like your vegan place cannot serve all the vegans that want vegan at that moment. You have a capacity to what you can do at your restaurant.
I tell people all the time, like, my competition is myself. I'm not in competition
Right, I'm not in competition with anybody else.
I'm not in competition with you. I don't have time to be in competition.
No, and I know for me, and I believe that this is true for you, when people come and they want to do similar things that I do, I will help you.
No, I tell people I will help them all the time. Now, it's the people that sneakily try to do it, and I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Don't sneak, just ask.
Because literally, I feel like God don't give you all this information to keep it to yourself.
To keep it to yourself. That's why I'm the closer. I'm the closer. I'm the closer. I can't wait.
I'm excited. I tell people all the time. You know how you ride past? I hate to ride past grave sites, but I tell people it's a lot of dreams and aspirations in that grave site.
Yes.
People kept it to themselves.
And people won't tell. Or
they won't even try.
They won't even try.
Or you get scared of just the thought.
Try it, it doesn't work, and then they stop. This is the thing. Failure does not mean don't do it no more. Failure just means don't do it that way.
Yeah, I call it falling forward.
Try another way.
I messed up that way. What's the next way?
What's the next way? And the greatest example is George Washington Carver. I love his story. All the different ways that he tried, because he was looking to do one thing with the peanut.
And look at all the things that
came out of that. That one thing, and never did the thing he wanted to do.
Literally.
He never did the thing he wanted to do, but all the things he was able to do with the peanut.
Sometimes it is not about you. It's about what purpose is called on your life. It is not about you. Before I was doing Cooking with Q, I worked at a mortgage company. And you know what else I had? A band. What? I sang in a rock band. Girl, it was like
that's why she be singing all the time.
I thought I was supposed to be like
Tina Turner.
No, literally, because it was like a band, and it was amazing. It was like if rock and hip hop had a baby. It was what we were.
Rock and hip hop had a baby.
It was sick.
And it was cute.
Nuts.
What was the name?
Final Q. But I wouldn't say QUE. I put CUE because I was like, it's not about me, and everybody was like, but it is.
Right, like. Own it, step in it.
But I had to learn.
You had to learn. So now Q was on everything. That's how I am.
And that's what you got to know.
You got to know you. And so I can't say this on air. I'm not going to say it on air because I don't want nobody to hear it and be like, Sabrina's so vague. But I was like, I saw something today and I was like, well, where's my name? My name should be there because this isn't.
That's your brand and shoes.
This is my brand.
That's not wrong.
This is my brand. And Connie got it. She already know what I'm thinking about. I'm like, where's my name? And we'll be discussing that later.
Honey, I have a whole thing with people. And sometimes people do that because they be trying to little business you, but I don't receive that. Don't little business me.
Don't little business me. This is big business.
I'm a daughter of a king.
All day long.
So
I'm royalty.
Honey.
Royalty. So how can people find you if they want to see you on social media, if they want to come to the restaurant? When is the new restaurant opening? Oh my God, that's what I want to know.
Well, you know how you have not because you asked not. So we are literally just looking for final funding.
Okay.
Because I feel like people want to be a part of it, but then people don't want to be a part of it. Okay. I'm a wild card to a lot of people in this industry because they're like, the business is too multifaceted. Right. How did you make it through COVID?
But that's just the thing.
And are people going to keep wanting to eat healthy?
Right. And then that's the thing is that people will look at and use old things for new things. You can't use an old mindset for new stuff.
How about that new?
New stuff, that's what a trailblazer means. If you're a trailblazer, it hasn't been done before.
And it's okay.
So it's okay. And so stop trying. They used to tell my son, because my son is 5'7", and when he was playing basketball, they would say, well, he's not going to a Division I school because he's too short. Well, that's your experience. That don't mean that's going to be his experience. So stop talking to him.
Yeah, I tell people, don't project your stuff on me. I politely hand that stuff back to people. Like, I don't
want that. And so Division I, I said, if God says it's Division I it will be. And Division I it was.
Yeah. Oh, did you hear that?
That's what it was. It was Division I, all day, every day, at 5'7".
In the name.
On a scholarship, full ride scholarship.
Y'all, she preaching. I'm not.
Got his bachelor's degree in 3 years. And then on the same scholarship, got his master's degree.
Good night, Gracie.
Just think if I had said, well, okay, he's just going to go to any college. Okay.
No.
Okay. No.
I don't receive that. And that's why.
And I have big dreams, big aspirations. I want to do big things.
I do too.
Like, I think I want a studio.
You will.
I think I want my own studio.
That's why I built the kitchen the way I built it, because it looks like a studio. So when they need somebody to do a cooking show, they don't have to get a studio. They can rent it from me.
Come book it.
Book it from me.
Book it from her.
Y'all, let me tell y'all where y'all can just find your girl at.
Find the girl.
I'm always available. Go to www.cookingwithque.com. It will take you everywhere. You got recipes online. You got videos online. If you want to come to the restaurant, go to the kitchen. www.thekitchenbycwq.com, because that's what it's called, The Kitchen by Cooking with Q. You can book classes, you can book events, and on everything social media is at Cooking with Q or at The Kitchen. And it's the same thing. We're just here to teach you how to eat to live by introducing more plant-based foods into everyday living. Very simple.
Plant-based food. Do you have vegan desserts?
Yeah.
Like
Sweet
what?
potato cheesecake. We had lemon pound cake.
Lemon pound cake.
Blueberry peach cobbler. I make all kind of desserts, though.
I am a dessert. That's my favorite thing.
But my rule is 70-30, Dr. Sabrina. I'm not doing this with you. 70-30. So if you're going to have the dessert, you can have it, but you can have it.
I'm not going to do it every day. See, this is the thing. I have a tiny tummy.
So you just want a little piece.
I just need a little. Connie will tell you, I'll eat 2 bites and I'm like,
But at least you're happy. But that's the thing.
But I am
satisfy
happy.
your craving and then.
Yeah, I satisfy the craving and then it's good. I have thoroughly enjoyed hanging out with Q today.
Surely we got to do this again.
My God, we got to do it again. And so I want you to continue to tune in every single week, Mondays at 11:30 a.m. right here on Podcastic with Speaking Life with Dr. Sabrina. You can find me on social media at The People Expert. Please come over and join the page. You can find out tips, tools about keeping your mental together.
Amen.
We got to keep your mental together so you're not out here beating up folk and being mean to people.
Please, Jesus.
And all that kind of stuff. And so we'll be back next week we got some incredible guests coming our way lined up. Just to give you a little teaser, we're going to have a Diana Lewis from Channel 7.
Come on.
Historic. Yes, she's going to come and hang out with me. Tasha Page Lockhart, the winner from Sunday's Best. And I have also been told that the mayor of Detroit might come and hang out with me as well.
Won't he do it?
We speaking life over here.
Won't he do it?
And you have a great week. We'll see you next week.